Welcome back to Behind the Scenes, the true story of Project Runway, episode 4. We have so much to cover. The Weinstein/Epstein files. Because that's the same club. That's the same club, and we all know that's the same club. I provided the pictures with Heidi Klum, with Ghislaine Maxwell, with Prince Andrew, and with Harvey Weinstein at all the parties with his buddy Jeffrey Epstein. That is the same club, and no fucking person is going to tell me different. Okay? The book is out. Nobody's girl. Okay? The cat's out of the bag. A memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice. Okay? Virginia Giuffre is the pronunciation. Let's not forget that Virginia has explicitly named Heidi Klum as one of the Epstein party animals seen at the parties on the plane going to the island, okay? No rat with a law degree is gonna tell me otherwise, okay? All right? And not some washed up supermodel doing music videos with Snoop Dogg at 55 years old, paying for bullshit like that off the backs of talented designers is going to tell me otherwise. How about that? Okay? This book, it resonates with me. Virginia and I grew up in we're the exact same age. We grew up in the exact same neighborhood. Right off the bat, she's raped off the streets of Miami at 14 years old. And it's not even and held at gunpoint. It's oh, yeah, sounds about right. I mean, so right off the bat, growing up like this, you're kind of not exactly, a power girl. You're not confident. You're nervous. I mean, I was very shy and nervous growing up. I liked going out. I liked, socializing. I liked socializing. But this girl, my God, talks a lot about Fort Lauderdale, where I live, Pompano Beach, where I'm from, Miami, Palm Beach. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I am definitely going to be sending a copy to Weinstein at Rikers Island for his book club. I'll definitely send one to Candace Owens too for their book club. Highly recommended. Really great read. All the best. Kenley Collins. P.S. Fuck off. How about that? I'll be sending the same copy of the book and the same message to Heidi Klum and Andy Cohen. Because we're going to get into it today. Okay? I'm getting angry for the victims, okay? I don't need sympathy. I've been a victim and I don't want to be a victim. And you know what? Neither did Virginia Giuffre. She doesn't do this to play victim. She didn't write the book to play victim. She wrote the book to talk about what's going on out there while people are worshiping these monsters, these celebrity monsters that everybody wants to look up to and worship. I mean, they're monsters. Let's do the timeline of Heidi Klum and her involvement in the Epstein files. Hookers and Pimps Party was 2000, where she's photographed with Prince Andrew and Ghislaine. 2001, Naomi and Flavio are pictured with Virginia Giuffre at the yacht party. That was 2001. Flavio was dating Naomi at the time. This is a highly, highly wealthy Italian businessman that was first with Naomi in 2001. Flavio and Heidi had a baby the following year, right after Heidi's divorce with her first husband, Rick, who I met at the Boom Boom Room. And Rick had some pretty interesting things to say about Heidi. At the time, I was like, wow, why is he even telling me this? This is insane. And I was too young to even honestly pay attention to it. But that was an interesting conversation. And that's why he liked me, because I didn't praise her. I didn't put her on a pedestal. That type of celebrity, like with no talent, doesn't interest me. So, shortly after her divorce with Rick was a baby with Flavio, which Flavio did not really want any part of. I wonder why. Maybe he was had the understanding that this is not what I signed up for when I was on sex Epstein Island with Naomi and Heidi. I don't know if that was really disclosed to him, that she in fact was not on birth control and knew exactly what she was doing with this rich older man. So she has a baby with Flavio. Let's just cut the bullshit, okay? Let's not forget about the music career you tried to pursue when you married Seal. Of course, you're gonna marry a singer. You want the street cred and you want the connections to be a singer. I mean, for God's sakes, you're like the female K-Fed. It's so pathetic. She's now releasing music videos with Snoop Dogg. With the money she makes off talented designers who don't make a fucking dime. They give all the money to her to host the show. Checking out pretty well. Making a lot of money under these disgusting circumstances that they subject us to. I'm gonna show the clip of the video. It's really, it's absolutely delusional.
You know it's lit when it's Snoop Dogg and Heidi. The walk mean, fierce, feisty. Girl, you're hot and you sweet like chai tea. You say I'm always high. We keep that on the low. See, it's a fun day on the runway. You can let it go.
When I give my heart again, I know it's gonna last forever. No one tell me where or when. I know it's gonna last forever.
So cringe. Nothing but a hoe with an identity crisis. Maybe you should ask yourself, why isn't this sticking? Because you're not a fucking singer. Nobody's girl. It is sad because, I mean, a lot of the book is like, she's not a victim. I had a fake ID when I was 15 years old. We had fake IDs growing up here when we were 14, 15. It's almost like, okay, we act like adults, so we want to be treated like adults. So this is how the adults are going to treat us. So we blame ourselves for rape or abuse. And in a way, I mean, you get over it. You say, well, I asked for it. I wanted to be an adult early in my childhood. But no, that's when an adult, a real adult, should say, well, you're just a kid, so bye. You know, get lost, kid. Go do kid stuff. Don't give me massages at 14, 15 years old. And that's where it's sad. It's sad because you don't hear the stories at the time because the kids are acting like adults, very much so. I was hanging out with older men all the time at 15 years old. I mean, thank God I wasn't, desperate to feel like I needed to, sleep with them or anything like that. But with a background of abuse, kids are going to do that. I mean, they don't know any better. Which brings me to a very disturbing message I received with this guy. He's a nice guy. I had a nice chat with him before he dropped this bomb on me. Works in Hollywood, is from Hollywood, works as a designer in Hollywood. Profile checks out. Was at a Vanderpump party. And here is what he wrote to me. When I asked him, he was alluding to trauma from Andy. And here's exactly what he wrote. I've never told anyone this, but I'll tell you. Andy Cohen, my God. Okay, so I'm pretty private about my life, but I was thrown out at 14 because I was gay. I don't do drugs. I don't even drink alcohol. I know, I'm so boring. He literally put something in a drink and offered it to me. Everyone saw what he did. I left. I was scared. He laughed at the whole thing. Okay? He goes on that no one cared. No one cared to even look out or say anything. And he went home that night and cried. Okay. This is a real piece of shit. This doesn't even surprise me. This sounds exactly like him. All right? And if you want to continue to protect this man, NBC, with what he does, I mean, it sounds just like him. I mean, what's the big deal? I put something in the drink right in front of him. I didn't hide it. I didn't sneak it. And offered him a drink. What's wrong with that? He's a piece of shit, okay? He does everything that Harvey Weinstein would do. This is not a good guy. I mean, and you know what? If you want to check the source, let's go. Let's go, NBC. You want to check the source? Let's do it. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. Let's check the source in front of a judge. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, it's so typical. Laughing. It's the laughing. It's the laughing after doing such a fucked up thing to people, to a person. And he does it time and time again to anyone else he's, interviewing, exploiting. It's just laughing. The sweetie. What? Okay, sweetie, let's be clear. No, let's be motherfucking clear. NBC, you have a fucking pervert on your hands, okay? You have a fucking pervert on your hands. Keep paying. Keep paying. And you know what? Hulu and Disney Plus, you got a fucking sex trafficking hoe on your hands as a host and your new deal with Project Runway. How much money are you going to pay to make that go away? You still going to pay your host $10, $20 million? I don't know what the fuck. Are these people worth it? To keep covering? But no, you're going to keep giving him the power. Andy Cohen is going to keep abusing his power. Just like Harvey Weinstein did. He's going to keep abusing his power, no matter what. He's going to get away with all of it. Until someone more powerful than him stops it. That's how it works. That's why Harvey is in prison. Because I'll give it to Candace Owens, even though she's batshit crazy now, especially now. I mean, she is blaming everyone in the book on Charlie Kirk's death. Mossad, the Jews. But I'll give her this. There's someone bigger involved, more powerful involved in stopping Harvey Weinstein from abusing his power. So I challenge you, NBC, to do the right thing. Or we can check the source of the man that Andy Cohen tried to drug and laugh about it at a Vanderpump party. Let's open it. Let's open those can of worms for you. Or maybe one day you'll fucking smarten up. Stop thinking this man is the key to your ratings. You're out of your fucking mind if you think Andy Cohen is responsible for decent ratings. It's the fucking housewives, you idiots. Cast a good housewife. It's not afraid to go up against people, okay? Just like the Project Runway stars, if we went up against Heidi or Nina, oh no, we're gonna be eliminated. They need us to praise them and put Project Runway on a pedestal, even though you guys are shit. You guys are shit. Total trash producers. NBC, you're trash. And you're protecting trash. Okay? It's very disturbing. Very. Thank God the nanny is raising your kids, because that's horrible. And he's just on Alex Cooper, broadcasting his, oh, I've fucked so many people. I never slept. We know. Because you're taking speed and fucking anything that will talk to you at a party. This is a man who would be selling pictures of his butthole online if it weren't for the backs of the housewives and the hard work of filming with the housewives. And your work isn't hard. You show up with your cue cards and your bitchiness and your hatred towards women is what makes good television. Because secretly the audience hates, I mean, that's the way it works. You love some of the housewives, but then you hate some others because it's relatable. You relate to one, but not the other. Because there's certain types of people in this world, but you love it when the housewife that you hate the most is questioned by Andy, because he hates all of them. Trust me. That's clear. He hates all of the housewives. And that's all he needs. And he built his entire career off hating women. The sweeties, sweetie. Does he, I'm thinking, does this guy not realize how fucking disrespectful that is to call me fucking sweetie all the time? I couldn't believe this guy got famous after that. He was awful. Oh my God, he was so rude to me. Sweetie. I'm like, wow, who is this fucking asshole? He's nasty. Heidi Klum too. If it wasn't for the backs of talented designers, she would be selling pictures of her butthole online. And that's it. So you're welcome, Heidi, for paying and funding for your Snoop Dogg music video. It sucked anyway. It was a waste of your fucking money. You waste your fucking money. Bye. Yeah, broadcasting on Alex Cooper. This is a girl, I'm thinking, where did Alex Cooper come from? Like, she's fell out of the fucking sky. It's insane. And then I looked it up. She got famous for broadcasting blowjob tips on her podcast. So these are very appropriate guests on her show. NBC, really? don't even want your money anymore. You know what? It's too fucking late. It's too fucking late. It's too fucking late for that. How about you, Hulu and Disney Plus? Gonna keep paying for this Epstein hoe to be your host? So, in other news, speaking of women haters, Glamour magazine puts 9 men, trannies, on the cover of their Women of the Year issue. Should we just go? Should we just leave now? Like, should all men just like kill off all women now? I mean, why are we even here? We can't even, we don't even qualify for real Women of the Year awards anymore. We should just go. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, really? I'm with J.K. Rowling on this one. Sorry. I mean, this is like the fucking Handmaid's Tale. We should just go. I mean, we're only useful to actually have babies. And you're trying to make that not even a thing. Sorry, never gonna happen. So I'm with J.K. Rowling on this one. She's been a very vocal, true feminist and advocate for women's rights and safety as a survivor of sexual assault. She said, quote, "I grew up in an era when mainstream women's magazines told girls they need to be thinner and prettier. True. Now they tell girls that men are better women than they are." She's not wrong. She's not fucking wrong. Send me more of your messages and concerns, comments. Any of you dirty bitches telling Andy Cohen, sue this girl. I fucking dare him. He would never. You want to know why? We're going to go check the source. You want to check the source? In front of a judge? So keep saying it. Keep saying, Andy, you need to sue this girl. Why the hell would he do that? It's not defamation if it's true. Let's just go check the source, please. I fucking dare you. Bye. We have a very special guest. She is a staple for the Project Runway trafficking franchise. She really was a breakout star. And we're gonna get into it because she, like me, made it to the finals, and she did do All Stars. She did do season 20, and which is the season they asked me to do. And I said, fuck no. But you know, when you're young, and I don't want to shit on any of the Project Runway designers for doing the show. It's their time to shine, and they're gonna see. I don't know. Let's see what Hester Sunshine has to say about season 17 and season 20 All Stars. Neither one is with Heidi Klum. So they got a big budget. I think they were paid. We're going to ask her. And I think they got their own hotel room. I know I asked for that for season 20. I was like, I need to be paid gobs of money. I asked for an ungodly amount of money because I was like, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to just throw something against the wall and see if they pay me. But they didn't. And I don't see them like, you know, being like, wow, look at our nice townhome or little shithole hotel room with 2 mattresses on the floor, like what we usually stay in. That's what we usually stayed in. I didn't have a door on my room. It was a 1-bedroom hotel room. And I got the living room with mattresses on the floor. So let's see. Let's see if she got her own hotel room. Let's see how much they paid because they didn't even have Carly Kloss on the show hosting. They had no hosts, so they didn't pay out a host. So I think she may have gotten, a good amount. So not like this new Hulu revival where no one gets paid except Heidi Klum. Okay? A known sex trafficker. Okay, guys, I have the fabulous and super, super talented Hester Sunshine from season 17.
Hi. Nice to see you.
I am so excited to have you here. Okay, so Hester's from season 17, and she also did season 20, which is, they asked me to do that, so I did watch it because I was interested to see what were they going to try to do with me? How are they going to jerk me around? But season 17, that's the first one back on Bravo.
Yeah.
And I could totally tell they were trying to be respectful of you guys. They gave you more time.
Yeah.
Did they make you sleep on mattresses on the floor? Like,
no, although they did actually make us sleep outside in late November in a rainstorm on Staten Island. That really did happen, and it was pouring. And
wait, that one, you're right. I saw that. That was
and they made us go outside, and we had 48 hours where we had not hot food ever. We didn't have hot showers, hot food, and they didn't tell us beforehand they were going to send us camping. They just said dress warmly, but there's like a big difference between like dressing warmly and dressing for winter camping. And obviously,
people were freezing. Like the model Mimi was shaking.
Yeah. It was terrible.
You guys looked pissed.
Yeah. But I have to say that season 17, like for all around, aside from that like camping experience, which like very much was because people from LA were creating this and had no idea. Like they literally were like, "Oh, we didn't realize it would be cold in New York in November," and we were like, "Bitch, it's New York City."
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So that was very like fully people who were like not in New York City had planned this. They were like, "We thought it would be like 70 degrees out." We were like, "It's 35 degrees. It's pouring."
I'm laughing, but
they had to like buy us long johns because they like didn't realize how, and like winter camping, like I used to professionally snowboard, so like I know how to dress for winter, but they didn't say dress for outdoor camping. They said,
you
like,
were a professional snowboarder?
Yeah, I have a lot of different lore. When I was in my teens, I was like the best snowboarder in like the female category under 21 in New Mexico.
That is so cool.
Yeah. I actually wanted to go into designing snowboarding and ski clothing for a long time, and I still do eventually, but more along the lines of like, Burton, let's do a collaboration, please, not me doing it.
I can totally see it.
Yeah.
Like with your beanies, like you're big with the hats right now.
Yeah, I'm a big hat person.
And so let me tell the viewers, because you were introduced to me through Instagram because we shared a mutual friend in New York, Stella Rose. Like
funny, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still friends with her?
I am. She actually did a pop-up at my store, I think
cool.
last winter. I haven't talked to her in a little bit just because my life has been like insane this past year.
Yeah. But like you were very much into the scene that I was in New York.
Yeah, so Instagram girlies.
Yeah, exactly. I love the style. I love Stella. You guys were ultra. I mean, you're both very talented. She was styling Melanie Martinez, and I gave Melanie Martinez some of my clothes. But I
think that's how I was introduced to you, actually, because I didn't watch a lot of the earlier Project Runways.
You didn't?
No. Well, so this is like super deep lore, but Tim Gunn is actually the one who kicked me out of Parsons in the early 2000s, and so I was traumatized and couldn't watch Project Runway until
I can't stand him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know. I like made a post on TikTok and people were like, "Don't break my heart," and I was like, the racist shit he would say to students.
He's racist.
It was like the amount of shit, and like I
love that you were on you ended up being on Project Runway because he wasn't the mentor, so you could stomach it.
I actually did finally get to a point in my career where I felt like, so he kicked me out of Parsons in 2006, 7 or 6, time is a blur. I took a year off, then I went to Central St. Martin's, did a study abroad with them, and then I got my degree. I ended up like fudging a degree from Eugene Lang and did like the sociology of fashion, but it was like pre-serious internet, so nobody could really track that I hadn't gotten a fashion degree. So I was able to say like my BA counted, and I freelanced my way up to creative director and ran a business for a few years that was so hard that by the time I left it, I was like, if I can put together a showroom for Hot Topic in 24 hours with like full designs, I can do Project Runway.
Did you design for Hot Topic?
I did. Well, so I ran a showroom for a few years that designed for like Spencer Gifts, Hot Topic, Spirit Halloween. We just
me too. I designed for a company that sold to Hot Topic.
Oh, a private label, because that's kind of how they
private
do
label, in the garment district. But wait,
I'm curious though, because I did for the garment district too. What was the name of your private label?
It was 52 Weekends.
Okay, mine was called
and
Papillon.
It was Lemongrass. Lemongrass was the Missy wear. What was What was the company?
Mine was called Papillon Accessories, and it was actually run by the owners of M&J.
Was it in 1407 Broadway?
No, but I worked at 1407 Broadway in other jobs, and I can't remember what, because I freelanced for so long that I would go from job to job to job.
We would have been friends if we were we would have been friends if we
I think I did. I think I worked at 1407 Broadway.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I worked so many places that my resume is like, because I just freelanced for years and years, because it was, I don't know if you experienced this too, but like being a strong character with like a history and a like loud aesthetic.
Exactly.
A lot of like traditional fashion brands weren't willing to give me placement permanently, but they would hire me as a freelancer. So I struggled for like a decade in fashion until I got to creative director level, and then I could get jobs as a creative director. Even when I was at Kate Spade, they called me baby creative director, but they wouldn't give me a full-time job.
Oh my God. It's so vicious.
Like, you do too much. You are too much. We can't put you in the top. Like,
and they're thieves. They're thieves. They're like, we'll start you as an intern, sketch for us, and then they won't even hire us or pay us. They just stole all of our
Right. Well, so my projects, so when I worked at Kate Spade, because I freelanced for them for about a year, and they would keep having me do projects to apply for full-time positions, and then I would see those projects, and I would be hired to facilitate the project production for the line, even though they would keep me as freelance. So they would like dangle full-time roles, have me do projects, use the projects I did for freelance. It was so fucked up.
Were you working for Kate Spade before you did the show?
I was. So I worked like
I could see the influence.
I worked for Coach. Also, honestly, Coach was the best job I ever had. But my boss was like they had worked for Hussein Chalayan. They were like a fallen couture designer and like hated themselves at Coach. So when they left in a big huff, they pulled me out and said I shouldn't be at Coach and blacklisted me from the company because I was too creative. And they were like, Hester doesn't deserve to be here. And I was sitting there being like, oh my God, this is the best job I've ever had. They had an on-site masseuse. It was like, hey, Coach, honestly, now when I have interns who like work for me and they want to get a different side of fashion industry, I push them all towards Coach, because that.
Oh yeah. I agree. I interviewed at Coach and I didn't take it, but that reminds me, I know I'm skipping ahead, but I do love your collection was so good.
Thank you.
You do transition your style. I mean, very much. And I know you got flack for that. You got flack for a lot of shit, and it bothered me.
So that's so funny.
Hester needs a Xanax. You know how many times I hear that? I'm just like,
it's just so funny because like my entire career, I've been about 5 years ahead of the curve. And like when my collections hit, when I was on Project Runway, I was universally panned. There's so many Reddit forums hating what I do, what I did, my final collection. And now that I do something 5 years later for me, everyone's like, how come you don't do this thing that we hated in 2018?
We evolve, and I feel like this is the way we dress is how we kind of feel. We're dressing for what's going on in the world.
Right.
We're dressing for a statement to say fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I was like the sweetest, nicest, most colorful girl, and I just got shit on.
Same. Well,
I'm not even gonna give it to you anymore. You know what I mean?
It's like, well, I think that has a lot to do with it. I think you and I get compared a lot too, because we're both like loud and we're both opinionated, and we also don't kick shit. And for me, like I literally like, because I got kicked out of fashion school, because I had such a hard time fitting in, I can't
believe Tim Gunn puts you out of fashion.
I know.
I can't.
I know. And I honestly hoped like
he's such a hero. This vindicates everything.
Right. Yeah.
I have been doing and say, I wish you watched my season, because I got
I'm gonna have to go back and watch your season.
I got shit on because I didn't like Tim.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna fucking worship this person that I really thought was inappropriate. He asked the designers out on dates. He was a fucking creep.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah. Disgusting. Inappropriate. Predator. Did you meet Andy Cohen?
No.
Okay.
I didn't do the whatever they invited us to be bartenders, and I didn't do it because I was pissed that he talked shit about one of my looks. Also, I was in Santa Fe at the time, and they weren't going to fly me back, and I was like, I'm not paying money to go like to this asshole who talked shit about my looks. Like,
all he does is talk shit. That's his MO. All he does is talk shit about women.
Right. It's just like another like misogynistic, woman-hating gay man.
He is a misogynistic, woman-hating gay man. Amen, girl.
I don't understand why so many of these men are like. I mean, I do understand. I literally just like made a rant on TikTok about like how It's like, and that's actually, some of my best friends are gay men. I don't think that
Of
this
course,
is about all
me
gay men,
too.
but there is a type of flavor of gay man, specifically like a cis white gay man who deeply hates women and also hates femininity, grew up hating femininity, yet wants to control it. And they, for some reason, are in control of the fashion industry. The majority of male stylists that I have worked with.
Exactly.
Like,
no, I mean, there's assholes in every group.
Yeah.
Of every
And
walks
somehow
of
they
life.
often dominate the fashion industry. It's really frustrating. So
and they can get really dirty and really nasty quick. I mean, his whole MO is talking shit about women. It's disgusting. I mean, I have a crazy thing about him on this segment, but
Really?
I don't want to waste your time. I want this to be about you.
Okay.
So you guys are tormented on episode 4 in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
There's a guy on your season, Alpha Alu. He was shot and killed this summer.
It's heartbreaking.
In a No Kings protest.
Yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking.
2 kids. There's the reports say that the shooter was a peacemaker, and the shot. I mean, what?
Yeah,
what? Call a shooter a peacemaker?
I mean, that's kind of the world we live in right now.
It's sick. This was a peacemaker, and the shot wasn't intended for Alu.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
No charges have been made, and the case remains unresolved.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is a designer on season 7th on your season. It is devastating. I mean, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. I mean, I'm speechless. Like, do you get emails or something to go to these protests? How does one say, I'm going to a Salt Lake City No Kings protest today? I mean, it's so devastating. I feel terrible. But anyway, devastation. I just had to mention that.
Yeah, no, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And I feel like Alpha had only begun to come into himself in a really true way.
He had just moved to the country and got his green card. He's
And his designs were really starting to get really creative. And I am happy to continue this conversation off my heart.
Yeah, okay. I totally.
But definitely, I feel like there's some things I need to, because like I know a little bit too much about everything. There's some stuff that I want to share to the world, and there's some stuff that I can share to you as well.
No, and we need to respect. I just wanted to acknowledge that he was very.
Yeah, no, it's heartbreaking.
It's very sad, and it's very heartbreaking. But back to your collection, what was Cardi B like? She didn't seem like she liked you.
No, she did not seem like she liked me. And honestly, it sucks because I loved Cardi B before that.
I know.
I can't justify liking her anymore. I honestly don't really know, because like I think that Cardi is known for like upholding women in the industry, but I got the feeling that she really didn't like me. I was also going through a really rough spot at that time, so it's hard to know with producers what they're telling people to say.
And you were very respectful. Exactly. I
don't really know what
they're saying, telling Cardi,
honestly saying, versus what someone was like, okay, drag this person to filth. Because I do know that kind of thing happens. So it's hard to say like what, but I definitely was really sad because I was a very big Cardi stan before that happened.
Wow. And
she's also very small. I did not realize how petite she is.
She is short, yeah.
A tiny little person.
Wow. Yeah. Christian is very much like he never left the competition. Like, he's competitive. I've heard a lot of designers going, Christian's threatened by me. And
oh yeah, absolutely. But he also ripped off everybody's collections, right?
Exactly. Oh my God, I was going to say that. Yeah. I was going to say it's on. It is so. Wait, Hester, it is so cringe to watch Brandon Maxwell and Christian and everybody ask questions about construction because they're copying you and they're going to knock it out. Yeah. What fabric is this? How'd you construct that? What method did you use of sewing? And you're just like, you're a fucking dumbass.
Well, you can see it also on the runways. Like literally every season you can see the most recent. Like, so Christian was literally everyone's big flop. That was one thing I wish, like I had hopes that I would get on with Tim Gunn because I wanted closure, but also like, because even he was like a shitty person, he wasn't people's op. He wasn't trying to tear people down. Whereas Christian was quite literally trying to psych you out. Like you would be like, this is what I'm gonna make, this a fabric I'm gonna make. And he'd like say things to stress you out and make you fail, like intentionally.
He should know better.
Isn't the place of a mentor. It's like Christian still feels like he's in competition. But although honestly, like the first season, I did end up befriending him and liking him. The second time around, it was a very different vibe, but I was also a very different designer.
He was ununhinged in season 20. Yeah.
Well,
he was at FAO Schwartz. Was that season 20?
Business was failing. Like he's low key,
like bankrupt. Everybody goes,
he's going bankrupt.
I can't stand when the producers are telling the designers, You need to worship this show, worship the judges, worship the this, worship. It's like, no,
Well,
we are here doing this for free on the premise that this is promoting us and our brand. I'm not promoting this brand. Yeah, his business is failing. He closed that store.
So my first time around, I had only been designing for like fast fashion companies, and I had actually stopped sewing for like the majority of my career before I went on Project Runway. So for me on season 17, I had never sewn anything that I'd done before. I'd never worked in that capacity. I'd never worked for models. I had never done like everything I'm doing. Even my final collection was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. Like I had a successful accessory business, so I was good at sewing fast because I could sew like devil bonnets, fuck tons of things, but I hadn't sewn any kind of couture, any kind of runway. So I was like deeply humble and deeply unaware of what I was capable of doing. I thought I was a personality hire. I thought I'd be caught pretty quickly. I had no idea that I would make it to the end. And also like
you were a shining light on that season.
But so the second time around, I like got off that show. I was designing.
Well, they didn't like the style change because they wanted
like my attitude change. They also did. They didn't like a lot of things, but like the first thing I think for them was that like I changed my pronouns. I changed because my aesthetic honestly isn't that different than it was. It's just that only remembers that finale collection. They don't remember that I was doing shit like I design now throughout the entire season, like plaid shit, black shit, punk rock shit. That was in the
right. No, I see the punk
remembers
rock,
that finale collection. But my second time around, I was like, I knew I was worth something. I'd already shown at Fashion Week. I already was working with celebrities. I was already doing like big deal stuff. I'd already sold out multiple collections of like ready to wear that I was producing in New York. So I came in and I'd also seen Christian and Brandon Maxwell ripping everybody off. And so I like was taking no shit. And so I would say shit like, Christian, get away from here. If I see this on your runway, I'm going to be pissed. And I think that because there's a lot of reasons why season 20 was a different thing for me. But I think that because I was like, outwardly joking about Christian ripping people off, outwardly like kind of talking shit. And I also like was very clearly like I had saved up just through running my own brand, through collaborations with other companies. I'd saved up enough money at that point to open my own store. So I wasn't really like I was just in it to show people like the new version of myself. And I also was like not willing to take any shit in that season.
I totally loved it.
But it was
you came back like fuck off.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, so they don't have a host.
Yeah.
You guys get your own hotel room and you're getting paid, right?
Barely. And our hotel room.
Barely. I asked for
you're from New York too. So you know Kellogg's Diner?
Yeah.
So the hotel is
14th Street?
No, it's in
Brooklyn. The Lorimer.
So the hotel was an hourly hotel that been converted into like tiny cement boxes. We didn't have a fridge. We didn't have furniture. We just had a cement box. We didn't even have fresh water.
Wait. Is that why they didn't film there?
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
I thought you guys got
so awful. We weren't.
I know that hotel. I used to be
water. We weren't allowed to get food. There were designers who didn't eat at all. The only food that they would provide for us, someone would come through in the morning and get our 3 meals for the day. We had like a $20 per diem, which is insane. And then they would They would keep the food steaming in its to-go boxes all day long, and then give us old soggy food. If they remembered, there were designers who didn't get meals. There were designers who were like not being like offered food that fit.
This is for All Stars.
Yes, it was.
Get the fuck out.
They had I found out like later by one of a producer who didn't rejoin that they had a third of the budget, and so they just took that out of designers like well-being. So we had no autonomy. We had
They made all the money in the world. They didn't pay a host. You had Brandon Maxwell and Elaine.
Yeah, who's lovely.
Delivering the lines, the Heidi Klum lines.
Yeah. But it was like a super clusterfuck. Not only that, it was like very uneven in the treatment of designers. Like there was a designer on the season who had a 2-room suite with a kitchenette, while the rest of us had like cement boxes with no furniture.
I can only guess who that was.
Given extra time and extra materials. There was another designer there were 2 designers who were given extra time and extra materials and allowed to go home when they felt bad. And
was it Coteau?
No, Coteau was amazing.
Okay. Well, she was distracting.
So it was Brittany and Anna. Brittany and Anna were given special treatment. They were prepared to go to the finale, and it was very clear. Brittany got.
That's why everyone hated Anna. That's why
I love Anna. I don't think she asked for special treatment. Anna's really sweet, and I just saw her most recent collection. She's so talented. She's blossomed.
Okay, but we're talking about behind the scenes.
This is behind the scenes.
Okay.
And so that is what that went from, because Anna was being given special treatment.
They made those people, Kane and Coteau, are hating hard on Anna.
Yeah.
It's distracting from your episode because, when you're eliminated in your episode, you get all the attention. You talk about your
Kenley, that's because they hid a whole portion where the designers threatened to walk off because they were kicking me off. They hit a lot.
I could tell.
I got kicked off because I called Nan racist, and I told her she made people feel unsafe, and she was what was perpetuating the evils of like reality television.
Who did you call racist?
Nan, the head of production. She was like the head of everything. Okay. So like Bishmi was and is one of my best friends in the whole world before we were on All Stars together. And I was very much like trying to help him through. It was very clear from the very beginning that they were setting Bishmi up to win the season, but they were also emotionally abusing him in ways that they never showed on camera. They were doing really awful things to him. His sister had just died. And so he came back in tears telling me some really deep, dark shit that had happened in his interview. Then I was pulled into interview and they also couldn't keep producers on staff because
his sister just died. I feel
just died, and they were like, it was awful. And so like I went off at this producer and they were like goading me and they were like, what do you want to say to Nan? What do you think? Because they were about to quit because the producers were all miserable. So they were like goading me. So I ended up like yelling and talking shit about Nan. And then I was removed the next episode. Like it was very like,
that's what happened.
And everybody knew.
You were punished.
Yeah. And everybody knew, the designers. So they manufactured it to look like the designers are talking to the producers about Anna, but they were actually talking about me because they were like, you can't remove Hester. That's unfair. And it was like this whole back and forth situation where they stormed out and they made it look like they were talking about Anna because they wanted to cover up.
They were saying she's doing the same ruffle.
Yeah. But they were, so it was like.
Bishmi's sweet. He's like, I'm getting uncomfortable by the hate.
Yeah.
Bishmi is getting uncomfortable because I'm going to tell you right now,
the
they ruined Koto's reputation on
that
episode.
I mean, they were also like
ruined it.
Alcohol into
Koto's and listen, I didn't like Koto on my season. She was hard on me. She went in on me. Okay. And I, as an adult now, as a grown ass woman with kids and everything, and can realize and step away and see what was going on. I mean, we were all at our wits' end. Yeah. It's all being produced.
Behind the scenes, there was also like every chance they got, there was an open bottle of wine in Koto's hand. Like they were.
Oh my God, she was drinking the whole time.
So Koto came to the show and was like, I don't do well with alcohol. I would like to be limited. And they were like forcing alcohol on her. Like they were trying to get her drunk to fight. Like it was this time.
And a mother's going to have a drink when a drink presents.
Yeah, exactly. So like it.
But they did that on our season, but it wasn't like on camera. It was like, our refrigerator at our hotel room was stocked with wine.
Yeah.
And it was like wine with a ton of sugar. So I couldn't even go to sleep at night if I had like one glass of the wine.
Yeah.
It sucked.
It was, so season 20 versus season 17 was really different. It was obvious on season 20 that they came with a script prepared on who was going to do well. And they were intentionally trying to create drama and sabotage people in a way that's very like the show Unreal coded. Like
Why did Brittany and Anna get privilege?
Well, Brittany grew up with Brandon Maxwell's family and is friends with the head of senior production.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. Brittany also decided halfway through the season 17.
You're not allowed to know any judge or no. They question that. They ask you.
Yeah. The second time around, it felt very different. Brittany literally came looking like I did on 2017 and started making designs that I was making.
She had your colorful.
But she even like came and like I brought my like most of my runway collection that I had just showed at Fashion Week. She came and looked through it and then just started making copies of shit. Like she's an unoriginal hack.
Thank you.
She knows it. And the only reason she made it to the finale is because I'm sure there was some underwritten thing.
She's friends with Brandon Maxwell.
Yeah.
Like
apparently that their families go to the same country club or some shit.
Oh my God, that's crazy. But you know what I loved? Diane von Furstenberg, because we're going to get into this with Diane von Furstenberg, because she told me, if you don't win, come work for me. And I did interview with her company and she didn't hire me.
Yeah.
But your collection was, they all tried to be like, oh, it's like, so like, I don't know. I don't get it. And Diane's like, how do you not like, oh, I don't like the plaid print and the Victorian purple print with the red plaid. And it's like, how could you not, if you don't see how amazing and genius that fucking was, that you put those two prints together and made it cohesive, you're fucking dumb as fuck. And I love that Diane von Furstenberg, the queen of prints, shut that shit down so fucking fast.
I wish they'd also shown more, because everything I did, I created from scratch. And that was something that was a bummer. Like my collection was so intricate and detailed. And I like created everything, all of the placement prints, all of the original stuff, even the plaid I created, I painted it by hand and then manipulated it in Illustrator. So like everything, like they didn't really.
That's so cool. Are you serious?
Yeah, everything. I even made textiles for it. Like I created, and like they didn't show in detail any of the hard
work. How could they not mention that? That's insane.
I know. Well, because like they wanted, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to win halfway through that. So we had 4 months to do our finale collection.
That's a long time. I didn't even have a month.
So we had 4 months and 10 grand. It was incredible. That's why my collection's so good.
But you kind of get bored as an audience member with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, how much fucking time? This doesn't seem fun and chaotic.
Yeah.
For a viewer.
I mean, now I have
Obviously-
about a month to do my runway collections and about like, so
They
I
were
definitely-
giving you we only had 6 to 10 hours in our challenges.
Oh, that's what we had to.
Okay.
Yeah. Occasionally we had 8-hour challenges and they called those 2-day challenges.
Wow.
Yeah. But we had
I loved it.
8 hours sometimes. I think the longest time we had was like 12 hours, which they called a 3-day challenge. We had like 4 hours a day.
And Christian is producing the episode where he gives you one fucking bolt of red fabric. Wow, so creative, Christian,
Well,
because
so
you're a
that
fucking
is-
hater and you don't want these people to look too good.
Well, that
Because you're
fabric was
still
very-
competing against them, bitch.
Yeah. Well, that fabric was very clearly from some ugly ass office dress that didn't sell well in a colorway that didn't work. It was like very clearly his dead stock. that
He
no-
sold it to the Project Runway producer.
Literally, he probably took a tax cut. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, you can even see, like, it's like those ugly sets
Hilarious.
from the early 2000s with like the cowl neck. Like, that was very clearly like nobody wanted that color. But that was the challenge I was kicked off for because I called out Nan.
Now that is so funny.
And then afterwards, in the next 2 episodes, they copied the pants that I did. Somebody copied the shirt that I did. Like, I wasn't removed from that challenge because I did a bad job. I was removed from that challenge because I was
You were a whistleblower.
Yeah.
And they don't like that.
And then after me, Kato was the next one who went off at judges. And then
because she was like, this is some bullshit.
So me, Kane. So first I went, and then Kane was like, "Well, I'm the white." Because like for me, it's like I've always been like someone to speak out if there is a problem. I know that I think I came in thinking I had pretty white girl privilege, but then when I was non-binary, that didn't work, and I didn't realize it. So I was trying to act.
Who's saying you're white girl privilege?
Well, so season 17, I was just as much of a diva and also advocate for other people around.
I don't think you were a diva at all.
There's behind the scenes shit. Like if I saw someone not eating, I yelled. If I saw someone eating a mannequin, I yelled.
Oh, that's what I was like.
And so like I was very much that way behind the scenes, but I didn't realize that the way I was presenting gave me like a soft shell where they would accept it. Whereas when I came on with like a shaved head and different pronouns, they didn't want me like my loudmouth shit.
You're not the pretty girl anymore. Like
Exactly. I wasn't like a safe gay choice for them. And so
or Anna. Why did Anna get privilege? A better hotel and paid more?
I honestly don't know.
Maybe because she just had a baby. They were desperate. Do you know how many people said no to doing All Stars 20?
A
lot.
I think that after this, we should have a separate conversation.
I know. We will.
So, like,
okay. And then I definitely.
Because like I have real thoughts, but I just can't.
You can't? Why not?
I have some personal stuff I'll talk to you about, but like I don't want it to be like I need it to be edited.
Because these people are horrible people. I mean,
so I personally do love Anna, and I don't think that
I do too.
But
that's why it created this. It created this newfound anger again for Kato because I didn't like her on my season.
Yeah, but Kato was actually like she didn't actually have a problem with Anna. It was editing. They were trying to make.
Well, she had a problem with the privilege that she got.
Problem with the privilege, and in a way, I think they were giving Anna special treatment because they wanted to stress out Kato. I think that they knew that
I think so too.
Wine in her hand and was watching somebody get like special privilege, she would.
They ruined her reputation.
They were also trying to set Kato against Karasan and against what's her name, the really hot one, Laurence. They were trying to set them against each other. They would like not give any of them. They would be like, you three have to fight over a mannequin, crazy shit like that. They were like very clearly trying to. It was like on the second time around, there was very different treatment for one group of people versus another group of people, and I think that the people who, and it's like it was almost like racism by lack of, it was like by, sorry, my hat is like fuzzy.
They're so out of touch. The producer.
So it was like they were treating everybody like shit, but the white contestants stood up and asked for what they wanted, so the white contestants were getting what they wanted, and then the non-white contestants were being not given dinner, not given mannequins, being treated like shit. And so it was like racism by omission. It wasn't like intentionally like I'm gonna fuck up this group of people. It was like we're gonna fuck with everybody, but certain people feel like they have the ability to like stand up and speak about it.
Well, Meg Ferguson got totally edited horribly. I interviewed her in my last. She was the white savior that just got shit on.
Yeah.
Like, and then she was suicidal after it. It was so bad.
So sad.
It is so sad. But wow. Wow. Yeah, we gotta talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, you're protected here. I don't. Yeah, they're not. I am not one to be fucked with these people.
Oh, totally.
Because they know I'm not stopping. They're so disgusting. It gets so bad.
I can't believe they're still.
Ronnie is in a competition where he was runner up against Christian.
Yeah.
How sad is that whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like rubbing it in his face. How humiliating.
Yeah, well, I think that was another one of those. So it seems like it was a predetermined choice of who was going to win from the beginning, which again, I want my bestie to win. So I'm so glad he did. But even keeping Rami along in the way they did, like they were very intentionally trying to create a storyline, and they were doing things like rubbing it in its face intentionally because they wanted to create specific type of drama that they had written on the books. They were like very specifically going for like the first, when I was on season 17, it honestly felt very organic. It felt like people who were the best were in the top. People who weren't good went home.
Right.
And so it felt very organic. It felt like
not All Stars.
Yeah, All Stars, it was not that way at all. It was very like clearly like they had an agenda, they had a mission, they had a storyline, and if you didn't get in line with that, they didn't have space for you.
Do you regret doing All Stars?
No, because it gave me like the final fuck you from the fashion industry that I needed to like.
Yeah, I love that. See, that's a true punk rocker.
Yeah, it kind of, well, it did sort of like remind me that like I never really wanted to be part of fashion. Like when I got out of the first Project Runway, I was like still going for this like more mainstream career, and it really like gave me this like kick in the pants to be like, you know what, fuck it, I don't even want to be part of your team. You guys have proven that you don't want me, and I don't honestly need you. And so I love that. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, because you did get a lot of like I saw people online like,
I got a terrible.
Why are you changing your look?
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
But they also didn't show my looks. Like I counted the seconds. Like everyone else would get 15 seconds to show runway. I would get 2 to 3 seconds. Like they intentionally took me out of the season because
I did see. You didn't get a lot of
I had a whole storyline about why I designed. They took one interview about me being non-binary and made that my.
They had a problem with your new image.
But it's not even that. No, they had a problem. Like I was being punished. Like they didn't.
Yeah, because you're a whistleblower. Because you're like a true punk rocker.
And because I was a fan favorite, and because most of what I talk about in the interviews is designing for all bodies and how fashion should be for the people, not the celebrities, and how I want to organically bring clothing to real people. Like I had a whole mission that how to make, because I had just developed like I've been working on like plus and curve fashion for a couple of years. Like I had just developed like all of these things that spoke to like a much larger audience. They didn't want anyone to see that part of me. They only wanted to see the most contentious part was that I was like non-binary and full of myself, which like thank God I'm full of myself now, because I really was like talking.
I love your confidence.
Yeah,
I love your confidence. It was refreshing to watch, honestly.
I would definitely never do a Project Runway again, but if there was another fashion,
don't ever.
I would 100% do another fashion competition. I love competitive.
Really?
I love doing that context. I just don't like the Project Runway franchise anymore. They burned that
bridge.
They
torment people.
Yeah. But if there was something like Next in Fashion or like all the hype, any of those other ones, if those resurfaced, I would absolutely. I actually got invited. I thought this was a fake email. I got invited to do the one with Julia Fox.
Well, wait, hold on. I wouldn't do that. I've been getting messages from people saying they were tormented. They were treated like less than dirt on that one. Law Roach was a judge originally, and he was actually he was nicer on that than he is on the.
Because they're trying to recreate Michael Kors. They're still trying to create that Michael Kors.
That magic. I loved Michael Kors. Heidi was so jealous that Michael loved me.
Really?
Yes. You're so lucky you missed
Heidi. Really?
Heidi.
Yeah.
Oh God. Just painful. It was painful. Yeah. The earpiece. What's the line again?
Oh wow.
It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? You're getting paid like $3 million and you can't even repeat the line that's going in your ear.
LOL.
It was a waste of time. We waited hours for her to get on set for Glam Squad to make her look like shit. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I don't respect her at all. And she is very much involved in the Epstein files.
Yeah, interesting.
Very much.
Interesting.
Yes, and I will not let her live that down and her little rat with a law degree lawyer is not going to tell me otherwise, because Virginia Giuffre explicitly says Heidi Klum was very much on his plane going to Epstein Island and very much at his parties with her buddy Naomi Campbell. So I'm not fucking with that. I believe Virginia.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. This girl doesn't lie. And she doesn't even name names. In her fucking book, she says a lot of names are changed for people's privacy. Wow. But that's whose name she felt very comfortable mentioning. Heidi fucking Klum.
Damn.
She's a monster. She's a monster. And she's releasing singles with Snoop Dogg at 55 of her millions of dollars made off talented designers that didn't get a fucking dime.
Yeah. And now she's back on Project Runway.
And now she got the $10-20 million who God only knows from Disney Plus. Are they going to be able to cover the money that to endorse and pay to keep the host? Because now she's very much involved in the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Have
Well,
fun
if that should
getting
ever
Justin
actually get
Ballou.
released, we'll see what happens.
They're gonna be like NBC. Are they gonna cough up all the money to protect
Right.
Andy Cohen and his fucking creepiness?
Yeah.
He's a creep. He's awful. The transition coming out, because I was like, I had a hard time coming out of the dark hole.
Yeah.
And coping with, like, I turned to drugs and had fights with, you know, my ex-boyfriend, and I was arrested for domestic violence, even though of course, the man who called the cops did nothing to me.
Absolutely.
He was innocent in all of this.
Yeah, I'm sure he was totally innocent.
Like, really? Like, so I know you were married and now you're not. You were married.
So I actually did get divorced like immediately after the show. And it was a catalyst, but I was in a very toxic and emotionally abusive relationship for a decade.
Okay.
So for me, it was like that was the best part of Project Runway, was that my ex left me and I was so deep in that I didn't even know I was in this like codependent.
It's hard on relationship. It is a nail in the coffin for relationships.
So for me, that aspect of it causing, like, it was the catalyst, because they were like, you once again chose your work over me, which was
that's
what
it was. He didn't like that I was.
Yeah.
I was pulling all-nighters.
Yeah.
And catching up to bills. You don't know how to work for all that. You leave your job.
But
and
also, like, so for me, like with my ex, like when I first met, like I've wanted to do Project Runway throughout, like my never not. Like once I got to a point, like even when I got kicked out from Tim Gunn, I was like, I just need to get to a point where I like feel like I can handle this kind of stress and workload. So like from day one of meeting my ex, I knew that my goal was this. It's like that toxic relationship, I am glad it's over, because it brought me to the one I'm in now, which is incredible. Like, I honestly am not one to look back with negativity, but it definitely, going on Project Runway All Stars was the catalyst for that breakup, but that breakup needed to happen.
Oh, that was the catalyst?
Yes. Yes, All Stars. But again, my life is 1,000% better. I was holding myself back in my career because of my previous relationship. Like, since within the month of me coming back from Project Runway, I opened a store, produced my first Made in New York line, got a divorce, like all sorts of crazy shit happened. And then it's been like wild ever since. And like, it definitely took a lot for me to heal, because that relationship was like a decade of toxicity.
Wow.
But like a lot of therapy, a lot of healing. And you know, a few years later, like my business is flourishing. I just released my biggest, I haven't even released my full collection because honestly, I'm so burnt out.
Where can people find your collection? On your website?
You can find my collection on my website. It's hestaverse.com. And also
in your Instagram, Hester Sunshine.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm honestly like at a point where like I am really sick right now because I've been like on severe burnout like this past year. So last year I threw out my back really badly. I have like snowboarding, being a bottle girl, like old back injury. And so like for the past year, I kind of had to lay low. And this year, like I got better in February and it's been like insane, nonstop, incredible. Like all this awesome shit is happening. But I also am just like beyond burnout and exhausted. I keep joking that like I'm never like I don't even know when I will get a break.
Wow.
So it's cool. Like I'm about to go into a meeting to talk about producing my first solo show. I'm talking with some friends about a massive art installation. I'm doing.
You have investors. Your mom is a crazy talented artist too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No investors. This is all for me. I managed to save $100,000 between the time I was on season 17 and the season 20, and I invested that in myself, and I've just been churning that out ever since. I have a pretty I have a collaboration with Meow Wolf. Actually this hat is from there right now. I just released a new collection with them, so that is also supplemental income to help me fund my business.
Yeah, but, I know, because the business is like, I know I'm still trying to get rid of the inventory when I was spending all this money. Yeah. It's
crazy. Yeah. So I actually just got like 1,200 units of inventory. But
I saw that. Oh my God. That's a lot of pressure to sell.
I know. Honestly, I'm not worried about it selling so much. I right now just need to catch my breath and like get a month's notice. I made back when I needed to from production to handle me through this month. And so now I honestly need to take November off. Like after this week, I'm like really I'm just so burnt out. Like it has been just like fashion shoot, collaboration. I'm talking to someone next week about doing TV show, runway collection for a TV show. It's like all this amazing shit keeps happening, but I also am not quite at a point where I can afford to pay anybody to help me yet. So it's like I'm overwhelmed and exhausted, and I know that very soon I'll be able to like hire employees. So right now I just have like a team of amazing and committed friends who show up for me. I have interns, and like I can't wait till I pay them. I know exactly who's going on payroll when that happens.
Oh, that's nice.
Like not at a point where it's like fully turned.
No, I totally get it. I did everything by myself. I didn't have anyone.
It's so hard. Yeah. I mean, at some point I might start looking for investors, but for me, like have another year left on my lease with my store, and then I think I actually am probably going to close it for a little bit and focus in on I have like big studio space, like a 1,000 square foot apartment that I'm going to like turn into my essentially a warehouse, and focus on building my brand up more so that I can have someone running my production, because the next space I want to open is going to be a multi-purpose space with lots of that can showcase lots of designers. Like, we're a similar age range, so do you remember like Hotel Venus, Patricia Fields, or like Canal Jean?
Yeah.
I want to do like that level space. So that is when I'm going to start looking for investors. So I need like a year or two of like,
but it's
an online business.
And fashion isn't the same anymore. It's like it's flat lines completely. So just be careful. Don't invest all your money.
No, I mean,
it's stressing me out even talking about it.
I do. No, I'm very like YOLO core. Like, this is it or bust. But like, that's what for me. I don't know what else I would do, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. And then like in a few more years, I mean, like, so this year, like I was saying like a year ago, if I don't get to a point where I'm self-sustaining, or like where I can like take vacations and hire people, I have like maybe 5 years of this grind left in me before I like try to creative direct for a major company. But I also am having all these incredible opportunities, so I have a feeling like by the time like by the end of November, once I can like refocus and start doing stuff again, I was anticipating like I'll be able to start bringing on stuff. Like
that reminds me. Did you ever go to the interview Diane von Furstenberg said?
Oh, so that was a full edit. That was a full.
Did she even say that to your face?
She did. But so when I was early in my career, I did apply to work at Diane von Furstenberg. So we were talking about that, and she said, "Well, I would hire you now." And I already at that point
she's
had.
She's such
yeah. So they edited it together to make it look like she was offering me a job, but she didn't. And also, I had been running my own company at that point.
But did you ever go in for an interview? Because she told me, "Oh, I'll hire you at my company." So I was like, let's see if she's like being like real about this. So I went and interviewed at that showroom.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a call back from her.
I did try to get her to be my mentor, because weirdly enough, she was my design mentor's mentor. So she was like my mentor-in-law. Okay. So I have a like familial connection to her. The woman who taught me everything she knew about design was mentored by Diane von Furstenberg when she was younger. So I did try to get Diane to like hang out with me and talk to me, because we had this like familial connection, but it ended up just like never working out. But for me, I already at that point had been running my accessory brand for a couple of years. And so like wasn't looking to not do my own brand. I've been self-sufficient. So like for me, it was more like I just wanted a mentor. I just wanted to be friends with her, especially because Judy Rosen, who taught me everything I knew, she taught Judy everything she knew. So I wanted to facilitate that. And
honestly, I've looked at her latest stuff, even past probably 7 or 8 years, almost decade. I'm not like goo gaga over it. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
They made me seem like such an obsessed fan, but honestly, I was just tired, and they were like, tell us what an honor it is. To be in the presence of Diane von Furstenberg. And
they also set that
oh my God, it's so great.
They also set that up because they're you're like constantly vying for attention. So it's like the person who has the better soundbite is the one that's going to get.
You just want to give them the soundbite and get back to the workroom because
totally.
And then Victor is sobbing, going, Nina, you're my queen. And she's eliminating him.
Right. Well, so for me, that was rough too, because like when I got eliminated, they like must have turned up the fury on all of the judges. They probably
wanted your praise.
So they wanted me to fucking break down. And I was so gagged when they brought me on for season 20, when I always thought I was going to be in the top. I thought I was going to be a soft top or a soft bottom, because I was the only one who had done something innovative and different with my look. But they had already tried to sabotage me in that they took my model shoes away. They like pulled me in for stuff. Like they were trying.
I saw that, and Christian kept going, Hester, stop eyeing the shoes.
Yeah.
He's full blown in the competition. Bro, it's so obvious.
They were trying to set me up for failure for that. And it was like very clear. And so like when they had the judges ripping me to shreds, Nina said something like, you only made, and so I love Nina, because on my previous season, she was the one who was like standing up for me. And
I don't like Nina at all. I think she's ice cold.
Yeah.
But also like people treat other people differently. Mm-hmm. I was not liked on the show. I wasn't liked by Heidi. I wasn't liked by Nina. Michael Kors was the only one that liked me. And I think it was because he just liked my personal style. He's like, oh, are we wearing the 1920s fascinator today? and the designers got jealous of that, because I was the only one he would talk to off camera, off set. Like, well, oh, what are we wearing today? What is that, from one of your vintage, or is that new? Like, he was like genuinely interested in where my fascinators were from, year, because I'm a collector of vintage, and he was like really into that, which to me, it's because he's a real designer. and a real New Yorker and a real, like, I just loved Michael. Like, we just clicked, and people hated that. He favored me.
Yeah.
So you have people that favor you, and then you have people that don't, you know?
Yeah.
And
fortunately for me, Elaine on my season when I was kicked out.
Elaine liked you?
Well, so when they were deciding to when they were kicking me out, Elaine, I guess, like, this PA
on 17 or 20?
On 20. They heard her yelling, if you kick off Hester or something, like, there goes the whole fashion premise of the show or something like that. If you do this, it will be fashion.
So, okay, I can't believe they got rid of you so fast.
Yeah, well, again, it was because
you were acting out. Yeah,
I was acting out. It was because I was advocating in a way that they found a nuisance, and it's also because I was Bishmi's best friend and his support, and they wanted to break Bishmi, and with me there, they could. There was like a whole thing that they cut from it, where I took a model which we didn't want to take because he had a problem with them, and so I took.
They did not want a support system.
Yeah. They didn't realize we were best friends. They didn't realize that we talk every few days on the phone, and that we had become best friends after season 17. They didn't know that we were so close. Like, Bishmi comes and stays with me when he does New York Fashion Week and uses my studio. Like, I was supposed to show in LA last month, and I canceled because Bishmi's not going to be there, and I'm not going to use a free ticket to LA to not see Bishmi. Like, what did he get? 200 grand or 250,000?
But then the taxes are taken out, and then it's like,
yeah. And the previous contestant to him spent all his money without the taxes being taken out, so they, like, were crazy about the taxes. But, like, they've burned every single. There hasn't been. Bishmi's the only successful, like, aside from Christian, who I don't count because that was a different world. Bishmi's the most successful post contestant for Project Runway because Bishmi was the most successful pre-contestant. Like, he turned down working for Beyonce to go on All Stars.
Wow. Okay.
So, like,
well, just so you know, like, Christian is very much owned by the Project Runway.
Oh, sure.
I mean, he was 21. He was a kid.
Yeah.
When he did the show. That's what he didn't even have a real job before Project Runway. Right. I mean, you got to understand, like, it's not pretty with what Christian goes through. I mean, he is owned by Project Runway. He is owned.
I know. I mean,
he was on the show at 21. He didn't have any. He's never had anything else but that, and he never will. Mm-hmm. They will make sure he will never ever be able to separate himself from that.
It's true.
So, I mean, we have our freedom. He is not ever going to be free.
Totally. And show. Like, I think you can tell, and you can even tell in, like, the way he designs, the way he farms his designs from the contestants, like, his entire brand.
I know.
He's jealous of people.
It's his whole life. It's his whole life.
And I think that for, like, me, and I think also, like, Bishmi after season 17, like, Project Runway, we had already established ourselves as brands. We already had, like, significant Instagram followings. We already had, like, our presence known before the show. The show just took us into.
You did?
Yeah. Wow. So for me, I was able to run my whole business because I had, like, a whole. I was like, that's how I know Stella. We were Instagram girlies. We were all like,
yeah.
At the time I was on the show, I was like the most. Like, this was like early Instagram days, like season 17, I think I had like 50,000 followers, which in 2017 was a huge deal.
Yeah.
You know? And that was like pre-show. So for me, it was like, I was like,
they should have paid you for your clout. I mean,
yeah, but now they have Utica on the show with like 500,000 or 1 million followers. So, like, they've just jumped up higher and higher, you know?
Okay. So this is what I was going to end with.
Yeah.
Why do you think Bravo finally just said, I don't even want it? Because they fought for that back.
I know. I honestly don't know.
You really don't know. After everything we've just talked about, you really can't answer that. Like, with maybe, like, it's just too much shit. They treat people like shit.
I mean, I think it's that they keep trying to kick this dead horse, and this horse has been dead.
It's like they're trying to recreate the magic.
They are.
The original magic.
Yeah. And also, like, our world is different. Our time is different. Like, if you look at, like, I have a friend who was on Next in Fashion, I think, whatever the Netflix one was.
I heard they treat them like shit.
Oh, no, they treat them well. They had their phones. They had autonomy. They had. Like,
oh, really? Oh, maybe that wasn't the La Roche one.
No, that was one.
Well, the Julia Fox one, they treated people like shit.
So the one on Netflix, apparently they treated people great. Even the PAs were telling us they had just filmed the second season of that when they went into film All Stars, and they were like, it's crazy that they don't give you guys this kind of autonomy.
But just so you know, your contract, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do another reality fashion competition show.
Like, ever? No.
Yeah, no, you belong to the Project Runway franchise.
I don't think ever.
That's going with their competition show. Yeah, our contract. Well, I mean,
there has to be. Like,
you're gonna have to look into that, but I don't know your contract. So
right.
I mean, you didn't. The year you won, Harvey Weinstein was already indicted, but Harvey Weinstein still owns the rights to the show and still making money.
Wow.
I mean, a convicted rapist is making money off of us. It's dirty on a level you really don't even understand. It's bad. You're adorable, girl. We got to kiki off camera.
Yeah.
For real. I got to hear all about it.
Yeah, I know. If you were in New York, I would say come through to the shop and come say hi.
I will be in New York soon because that is my second stop.
Oh, yeah. Well, definitely.
Are you in Brooklyn still?
I am in Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm like Bushwick, Bed-Stuy border.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My shop is in Bushwick. I'm in Bed-Stuy, but I'm 2 blocks from my shop.
Oh,
so
I'll have to
literally like on one side of the day and the other.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right, girl. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Have a good day.
Thank you for taking the time to talk, even when you were sick. So
totally. Well, I'm glad we could get it done, and I hope I had enough energy because I definitely feel low energy as fuck right now.
All right. Bye, Hester. Thank you.